Hey everyone, Stephen with rConfig back with you again for another video. I'm delighted to share that we have implemented single sign-on capability with rConfig. Very much asked for a feature, very much an enterprise capability, and we're delighted to have implemented it for your user and account authentication and security as well as convenience. So for this feature, we started with the Microsoft Azure identity provider, and we can add more as they're requested. Identity providers such as GitHub or LinkedIn or Okta, or you decide, right? Let us know if you have an identity provider you would like us to implement. Right now, we only have Microsoft as an identity provider. So what I'm going to do in this video is walk you through the setup steps, which of course we have well documented, but I'm going to walk you through them anyway, just so you can see the experience. Okay, let's get started. So over here on docs.rconfig.com, I can head in to get started, and right down here at the bottom we have SSO sign-in. And this is going to this is going to take you through all of the steps that I am about to walk you through, so everything is documented in here, okay? So it's really easy. Get over to Azure, get logged in. If you're not an Azure administrator, you can't create app registrations, please do talk to your Azure administrator to create one. It's a pretty easy thing to do. It's very standard as well. So up to the search bar, search for app registrations, create a new registration. I'm going to call this V6 demo. In supported account types, I'm going to select the second option, accounts in any org directory. Now, you choose the one that suits you or your security posture. I'm just doing this for convenience for the demo today. Under the redirect URI option, this is really important. You must select web and you must put in your full URI. Okay, that matches, I'll show you what it needs to match in the docs. Right here, it needs to match this format, okay? So if I come back, paste it in. Our docs should have an S here, right? But that's okay. Fix that afterwards. v6demo.rconfig.com, and the rest is really important that is precise and matches exactly without a colon. There's no colon. I'm not sure how a colon ended up in there, but anyway, that's exactly the format we need to have. Go ahead and register, and what we need to do then is copy this, our application client ID. Copy that out. I just copied it into a notepad on the other screen here. Double check our redirect URI, HTTPS, v6demo/all/callback/Microsoft. That's perfect. And the last thing to do is create a client secret. Into certificates and secrets, click on new client secret, call it anything you like, and then the expiration is your decision around your security posture again. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at the default here. Click add, and you need to copy the value, okay? This guy here, so just click copy, paste that into your notepad, and that's pretty much it for the Azure piece, okay? So we have our application registered, we have our secret copied out, we have our client ID copied out. Let's go back to the rConfig login page. And as you can see, standard login page, no different, right? So what I need to do is I need to update our environment variable file with the new client ID and secret and callback URL. Okay, so I'm going to bring up, I have an SSH session here, a CLI session to the demo server. So I'm going to check my directory. I am in the current directory, so I'm going to do a vim or vi or nano or whatever you prefer. And right down at the bottom of the now, so for some users, actually for many of you, you're not going to have these keys, so put them in just like they are here. Okay, they're also on the docs that you can copy and paste them in, and then paste in the values that you retrieved from your Azure setup. Okay, so I'm just going to paste those in here, and then I'm going to get my authentication redirect URI, perfect, and paste that in. Now, when there, save your file and exit, and always when you update, most of you will have heard me say this many times, when you update the environment variable file, make sure to do a clear all, PHP artisan or config clear all, and that just clears the application cache. So if I go back to the UI, and always when you do a clear all, because it clears out all of the application cache. Do a Control-Shift and R to hard refresh the page. And what you'll see then is you'll see this new Sign In with Microsoft button. Okay, so I'm just going to walk you through the experience for a first-time login, and we'll see what that looks like. So click the Sign In with Microsoft, and you'll be asked if you're for permissions to self-attest that rConfig is allowed to connect to and authenticate against Azure. If you're uncertain about this, talk to your administrator. The only data we capture from Azure is your email address. That's it, literally, nothing else, okay? So you may not have permission to consent on behalf of your organization. Again, if you don't, you do need to talk to your Azure admin to consent. Click accept, and what will happen is you will get redirected right back to the rConfig login page, and you will get this error saying your Microsoft account is not approved to use rConfig yet. Please contact the administrator. And the reason for that is we do not want any user in your organization to be able to log into rConfig. You need to be able to approve those users, okay? So any new user that comes along and signs in with Microsoft will get this error. So what I need to do is log in with a local account. Log in with the default credentials here. I'm on the demo box live on the internet, and I'm going to head down to users, and you can see Stephen was added but not SSO approved. Okay, so I'm going to SSO approve Stephen. I'm going to sign out, and I'm going to sign in with Microsoft, and there we have it. Full sign-in experience. So I hope that makes sense. If there's any issues, drop me a note, contact support, and do check out the docs for the full setup experience. Thanks very much, everyone. Talk to you soon.